President.
Mr. Todd.
I mean, if there's no one else who wants to speak on the first round.
Don't see anybody. Go ahead.
Okay. I would hope that we could amend this so that we just say open property and take any possibility of this thing having some discretion between parkland and open land. I would like that because I think because we do not know where we're going with this development. We are clueless to how this thing is going to shake out. There's no master plan in front of us. We have no concept of how everything is going to connect. And I would prefer to be in a position that we have complete flexibility on the site. We may find ourselves where we only want to take a strip of 12 feet at the river and basically put that in for the Capitol Trail and sell the rest of the property. We may not. We just don't know. So at this point, I would prefer to make sure that we don't get tripped up with the language up front. 2 weeks is not going to kill this deal. God knows it's been going on for a long time. There's not another buyer sitting there saying they're going to pay $2 million plus for Lehigh. And then again, you know, there's also conversations going on, I assume, with regards to Rocket Landing and all that. And I'd just like to, you know, to tie this thing down once and make sure that we don't start on our left foot. So
what is it we're missing?
The parkland part. The parkland part, which basically says we're going to be making this, potentially making it a park. We may not. We don't know what we're going to do with this.
What difference does it make?
It makes all the difference in the world.
Let's stay in order here. Ms. Todd, finish.
And I'll just go on and say that the reality is it comes back to the city ordinances that have been passed with regards to the sale of property with regards to parks. And Mr. Sales, I believe, or President Panley, you may have a reference to what section of the code that it's in. But that's why I think it's important that we pull out the parks part and just keep it open land. And I think Ms. Graziano is right with regards to we have to have a purpose, and this would give us a purpose, and that's what we're after. And I'd be happy if we could amend it and then go forward with it tonight and pass it with that amendment if at all possible.
Okay. Mr. Jewell, did you want to weigh in?
No, I'm trying to understand what the problem is with the parks, or including public land or public parks. Maybe I'm missing a fine point here. But either one of those purposes is less the issue than to gain access to the North Bank. Public access to the North Bank. I don't know whether we're dealing with form over substance or what, but it just seems to me that it shouldn't matter. Either of those purposes are perfectly appropriate.